Hey there, guys! In this video, I'll be showcasing the newest update for downtown Toontown, version Alpha 0.1. Now again, it's extremely unpolished, but it's a massive improvement from the last version, and with all sorts of new content. Now, if you want to download it, you can visit the updates blog page by clicking the link in the description below. Now, here we can see already, you notice something different. What's new in this update section? If you want, you can read that yourself, because there's no point in me pointing everything out, because we're obviously going to see it in this video. So anyway, let's go to the main menu. Here we have the vastly improved main menu. It's not perfect, but it's much better than the previous one, and we've actually got some visuals here. You just saw the rocket come up from the ground. And here is a Downtown Toontown logo created for me by... and it's loading. Here we are. Created to me by Jeremy Crane, so thank you to him. So anyway, let's go back. Of course, I have done very little to anything else. Graphics options is still the same from the last version, so is credits. So, see what's different? Let's click play. Anyway, here we're greeted with a slightly better, emphasis on slightly, better, Make-A-Tune, which now dynamically updates, which makes it much easier to change the color of your tune. And here we have, of course, as some of you that might have noticed, the name tag now faces the camera, which is much better looking. So, choose species, duck, dog, rabbit. In the next update, I do want to add at least another 2 species, maybe just 1 or 2. Depends on how much time I have and how much motivation I have to work on this project, because I have been learning other things besides Unity. For instance, the Unreal Engine. I've been looking into that lately, because Unity has been getting a little stifling for my progress lately. So anyway, we'll just go with Duck. We'll make him blue. Ooh, I like that one. I was gonna make him blue like Funny Quackers, but I kind of like that. We'll name him Funny Quackers. Well, I was gonna do something more witty, but that'll have to do. And look, it fits actually pretty nicely. So, save and exit, I guess. It will save this, so now it modified, yeah. So basically, it will save us looking like this. Here we are back, of course, now we don't have a cluster of jelly beans all here like there were in the previous version. Now I kind of scattered them around the Toon Hall. Originally, though, fun fact, those jelly beans weren't even meant to stay. I just kind of forgot to remove them. They were only actually sitting there because of very early in downtown Toontown's history. I just kind of put them all there so that we could to test out the jelly bean collection mechanic and, you know, save how they would go into our inventory. And now we start with 125 jelly beans to kickstart the amount we have, because I'm sure collecting jelly beans will eventually get boring, you know, in this stage of the game, so, you know, jumpstart that. And yes, you probably noticed the free look camera, which can be enabled by holding down your right click button and panning around. We can also zoom in and out by scrolling while right clicked. Of course, the camera has no collisions with the walls, so this will happen. I still have to implement a camera collision system, which I really don't know how to do, but I could probably figure it out. So, of course, nothing has really changed to the gift shop over here. It's all pretty much the same. Except I did change the particle system emitting from the fan so that we can see that it is actually squirting out of the water gun. Oh, it's not even squirting out of the water gun. I goofed. Oh well. Let's zoom in a bit, yeah. So yeah, Flippy is actually still in there, but I haven't actually... also you might notice the animations are still rather janky, clunky, but in my opinion, it looks slightly more natural now. I mean, the way the arms move. I don't know. Just a little improvement that I did in like 5 minutes. So anyway, yeah, we can chat with Flippy. It's all exactly the same, except he tells us how to move the camera around. We probably didn't even need to see that. So we can exit the Toon Hall, and now, if you remember the old downtown square, you're in for a little bit of a surprise. So over here, and yes, I'm taking some steps to move toward some version of an open world. I mean, I don't want to call it an open world because it's probably not, but I mean, it's all kind of like one conjoined area. Over there, we've got an urban area, and over here, we've got the trail to Mount Brrrgh, which is that. We'll go here later. First, I might as well show you the urban area, which is only like I mean, depending on how much I create of it, it's only like 25% done at the time. And none of the buildings are enterable over here, although they will be eventually, possibly, maybe. And essentially, this is probably where you'd get some tasks, toon tasks, or quests, or whatever. You see, we've got some holograms up there. Holographic screens. I just kind of create based off of my imagination, but it does actually have a place in downtown Toontown storyline, so, you know, assuming I actually get to that point, that'd be interesting. And, yeah, basically, I want to have Looney Labs somewhere over here, for any of you that know what that is. Yeah, somewhere near the urban area. And then this is just kind of like the best of both worlds over here. You can see, you can still pick up the task over there, but of course we're not going to highlight that. Starducks is still exactly the same. I really haven't done anything to that, but we'll go inside anyway in case it's the first time you're watching a downtown Toontown video on my channel. All pretty much the same. Of course, you can check out all that stuff on your own when you play the game. And yes, walking is very slow, which is why I implemented a new cart system, which will allow you to essentially get to your location faster. And yes, I haven't done anything to the cog planet in this update. Well, of course, I've optimized it just a little bit, added a couple new props, but that's really it. The cogs are my secondary priority. My main priority is doing everything for Toontown. Oh wait, you know what? Before we go to the Brrrgh, I might as well show off the new minigame, which is actually quite interesting. It's not perfect yet, but the main idea is all still there. So, let's head over to the arcade, which some of you may notice that I've actually changed the location of it and put it into some sort of a parking lot or something. And here we are, we've got 2 minigames now. What a surprise! Oh boy, so we go over here. The goal of this game is to glide through rings. Green rings give 1 point, yellow rings 2 points, red rings 5 points. Glide onto a floating fan for a boost. In this tropical setting, you'll want to land on an island, not in the ocean. I just decided to add that as another challenge. And I think I still misspelled pseudo. I think the U and the E have to switch positions, but I'll have to fix that in the next update. Or maybe I'm right? I don't know. So anyway, let's go to the ring jump. Let's click play. And here we are, floating through the sky with our umbrella. There we go, 5 points from the red ring. Yes! And of course, our score will be directly converted to jelly beans, no hidden math or anything. So, yeah, we will basically get our score in jelly beans. So, better score we get, more jelly beans we'll get. Now, I do want to float on a fan. Now, it's extremely unpolished, and the fans, I want to add like an animation when you glide up from a fan, but at the moment, it just kind of pushes you up a bit, which is better than nothing. I mean, it works, and that's all I'm really into here, something that works like it's supposed to. So, we can click these rings here. And of course, you can hear that I have the remastered Toontown music, which I actually remastered it myself using Android's MIDI soundtrack because I think it sounds better than I think that it sounds better than the Windows MIDI soundtrack. It's you know what I mean. As you can hear, it sounds. I can't really explain it. Yeah. So here we are. We're about to land. We wouldn't want to land in the ocean. We're gonna want to land on an island. So. Let's land here, and we're going to get 45 jelly beans, because, yes. There we go, you earned 45 jelly beans. Back to arcade. And now I might as well, while we're here, we have 170 jelly beans, which, yeah. That's not going to get us a car, so I might as well play the Toon Escape minigame, give us a little boost. And here we are. Now, right off the bat, you're gonna notice that I've got quite a few new things added here. You'll notice that the score is different. I mean, the GUI box up there is much different, the UI. If you die, instead of being kicked and put all the way to the beginning, you'll now start at a spawn point that's really close to where you died. So, if we die, we will respawn right here. I find that reduces a level of tedium from the game, but we also have a reduced amount of seconds. As you can see here, we're already down to 74 seconds. Go down here. If I die, I die. Oh! Yeah, well, there we go. More living proof. I respawned in right, I was down there previously. I mean, now we're in a bit of a pickle, but I do want to make it so that you'll get, like, a small amount of jelly beans if you run out of time, because I feel like it's just a total waste of time if you get nothing. I might add that functionality, because then people get very discouraged very easily, no jelly beans. So anyway, we've seen the new mini games. And, I guess now it's time to go up there. Okay, so here we are at the entrance to, Mount Brrrgh. Of course, I cut out the walk up here because, oh, that looks kind of pretty. You see, like, the town behind us. I'm sure, you guys will have the experience of walking up here yourselves when you download it. So anyway, let's go through the tunnel, and oh, look. There's now a tunnel system. Now, the idea is possibly, now this does make everything more complicated, but the idea here is, and of course this is extremely unfinished, to have, now this goes to Mount Brrrgh, there's no signage or anything yet, but we don't really need it, to have some sort of a huge tunnel system that's all interconnected, and each tunnel will essentially take you to different points in the system that's closest to the next exit that you want to go to. So anyway, here we are at the Burrrgh, which is largely unfinished. I just kind of filled this in with some pine trees for now. Snowy pine trees, of course. I tried to add that little detail. It's not perfect, doesn't look very good yet. It's on its way. Oh, we've got some light mapping issues. Oh well. First thing we'll notice here, we've got some cogs kind of buried in the snow. I do have an idea for how to storyline this, but of course, I'm just kind of creating a story as I go along, and so I just create what's in my mind. So I thought, hey, maybe it'd be cool to have some cogs buried and maybe some gasoline pouring on gears, making it a little fire. That'd be cool. Now, of course, there are no actors or NPCs around here yet. I do want to have some sort of a quest or something come out of this, or like, hey, we found these buried cogs. Could you find this next buried cog? Or something like that. I'm not sure yet. Anyways, I tried to add a little bit of atmospheric fog. I mean, I still wanted it to be daytime because, you can't just go through a tunnel and then have it suddenly be night. That doesn't sound very right. So I just made it kind of dimmer, as cloudy as possible. Add some, snowflakes coming down from the sky. Gave the lights a little bit of a lens flare. Turned on the lights in the houses. Actually, we could probably use a bloom effect. There we go. Now it looks a little more cinematic. We got a little bit of blur. And here we have our hot chocolate stand, which of course is unmanned, because this is just a ghost town around here. So, Here, we can, of course, there's no interior to this shop yet. I do want to add an interior in the next update, but for now, it's just kind of like a little GUI pop-up that comes up when you're near the doors, because I didn't really have time. I wanted to get an update out actually last weekend, but of course, I didn't have the time. It just wasn't ready yet, so I just decided to take another week to perfect the update. And that didn't involve adding a room inside here. So technically, we could buy a car for 1,000 jelly beans, and that's what we will do, but we only have 170 jelly beans so far, so we can't. But I will use awesome hacking skills of swag to give us 1,000 jelly beans, which will be perfect for us. Okay, so here we are back again. Now, here's our tune. Of course, you're wondering, oh no, you don't have 1,000 jelly beans. Well, let's click read data. Ah, perfect. We have 1,001 jelly beans now. Now, of course, this is only going to work for me because, obviously, I edited the tunes data file. So, now we could actually buy the car. Now, oh look, in this very crude-looking GUI box, we see that we now have an option to spawn a car. Here it is, our car, which massively improves the speed at which you can travel. Which is really a good thing to have in this game, especially because it takes so long to travel. Now, it will unmount you right before you switch levels. That's just something that you have to do because, you can't enter a minigame while in your car. That wouldn't be good. So, obviously it makes the traveling much faster. So, go through here. Now, look at that. thank you so much for watching, guys. I would also like to thank you all for over 1,000 subscribers. Now, I honestly didn't think I'd even get past, like, 100 subscribers. I remember thinking back to myself when I was probably, maybe like last year or the year before. I would think back to myself and say, I wonder what I would do for a 500 subscriber special. Oh well, I think I'll probably never get there anyways. And look at this, over 1,000 subscribers. I don't know how such a thing could have happened. And oh my gosh, he's not driving because I didn't animate him yet to have a driving animation. Oh wow. I didn't think that I would have 1,000 subscribers at all. I'm just very surprised that so many people subscribe to my channel. So thank you all so much. And if you like my content and you're not already, be sure to subscribe. And if you've got any friends who you think would enjoy this video, be sure to share this video with them. Because the more support I have, of course, as always, the more motivation I have to work on this project.